own these books, like the physical copies of these books, so you will see them on the screen anyways. The first book we have is Ghosted. It's a second chance romance. It's also single mom romance. Also, one of them is famous. So it's about Jonathan and Kennedy. Jonathan and Kennedy met when they were in school, and they formed a friendship, and then they started falling in love with each other. Jonathan is an actor now. Kennedy is trying to be a single mom and juggling with all of these things. And basically, the entire book you see Jonathan groveling. Like, imagine a book, the entire time the man is groveling, and I kid you not, Kennedy made him go through so many things. And fair enough, bro, you did leave. You know, you were the one who broke the relationship and everything. But you get to see Jonathan deal with drugs and addiction. You get to see him become the man Kennedy and their daughter needs. So basically, they have a daughter together, and this is not a spoiler. This is like, this is second chance single mom romance. I love it, and if you like second chance romance, this is literally the perfect book. It has single mom as well, and it is technically small town romance. Not fully small town, but it has small town romance vibes. The next book we have is One for My Enemy. This book is for Mel. This entire section is for Mel because I'm going to talk about another book from by Olivia Blake. So basically, One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake is a modern day Romeo Juliet telling, but they are witches. Like, they both of them are rivals, and they belong to rival families, and you get to see a struggle for power. You get to see them dealing with magic and everything in modern world. And the writing style was so poetic. It felt as if I'm sitting there and I'm watching an act. Like, I'm in a theater and I'm watching like a drama right in front of me, because the writing style was so good, and the story was also very fast paced. Like, it wasn't that slow. You like very quickly you understand what is going on, but at the same time you don't. And I like the mystery of it. So if you like Juliet, and if you like retellings a lot, this book did it so well. And the quotes from this book, I kept like literally underlining each and every page. I have underlined each and every page in this book, and I loved it. And I'm so grateful for Mel. Like, for she gives the best recommendations. Please go follow her. I'm gonna, if you, I think it's gonna be on the screen, or I'll link it down below, her socials, so that you can go follow her, because she's literally the best. This was like a 5-star rate for me. One for My Enemy. The next book is Alone with You in the Ether. This is Mel's favorite book, and I'm pretty sure this is like a 6-star read for her. But it was such a complex book. I'm so glad. Like, I think her books, like Olivia Blake's, writes literary fiction. So it was such a complex book, because the way mental health issues like were dealt with in this book was such a fun, like in such a good way. Like, it was so fun to see how she dealt with bipolar disorder, or psychology student. So it was so much fun, because sometimes authors don't understand actually how to present mental health issues this well. But the way she could like portray the complexities of mental health issues, bipolar disorder. And Aldo and Regan. Aldo, they don't understand a lot of things, but they understand each other. And it was like how it is a bit complex. It will take some time for you to like kind of get used to it, or like actually get into the story. But please have patience, because I remember Mel like texting me when I told her that I'm gonna read this book. She's like, Sanjana, have patience. Like, first few chapters, have patience. Don't give up on the book, because I swear to God, if you give it up, you are missing out on a lot of things. And I'm so glad I did not, because I genuinely enjoyed the book so much. It is strangers to lovers, and it's just that it's literary fiction. So you get romance, but you also get life in general. You get complex, because that's how human beings are. I think it's so I love how she portrays human beings, because that's how we are. We are very complex. We are not straightforward. Just because we love someone doesn't mean that they are good for us, and or doesn't mean that we can't be with them. So it was it was just beautiful. The writing style was beautiful. The way the characters were portrayed, the way you can connect to the characters because you get so much detail about them, which I really loved. Next is Behind the Net. If you want a quick read, if you are going on a vacation and you want a quick read, and like a rom-com if you want, or something which you can just giggle over or swoon over, Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer is the perfect book for you. If you want a book to read in between a book series, this is also a perfect book for you because it's so good. It is strangers to lovers, obviously, and it's also workplace romance. Basically, Peepa is I forgot the guy's name. Oh, Jamie. Jamie. So it's Grumpy Sunshine. He's hot, he's grumpy, he's a goalie. I had so basically Peepa and Jamie were in the same school, and they did know each other. Like I think they were pining for each other but did not have the courage because he was the hot, sports guy, and everyone loved him, and she was really shy. She's like an introvert person, and now she is his live-in assistant. So you get to see jealousy, you get to see it's also slow burn because they kind of pretend that they don't know each other, but they do know each other. And it's also, he pushes her to become better, the way he supports her, the way Jamie supports Peepa through everything. And there's no third act breakup, by the way, in this book. There's no third act breakup. And it was just a very quick, fun read where you are giggling your way through it. You need books like that. And it was, if you want to giggle a lot and swoon, you should read this book. Next we have is Butcher and Blackbird. Oh my god, this was so much fun. Basically, two serial killers enter this competition where they try to, like, basically the one who reaches this another serial killer first and kills them gets bragging points or something like that. It's been a while for me since I've read this. It's dark romance but comedy, and it please check the trigger warnings because it's very important you do that because there's cannibalism and accidental cannibalism in this book. So did not like that part. I was really grossed out, but the story was really good. And the guy in the book is serial killer but a soft MMC for her. He does everything just to be near her, just to love her. And it was such a good book. It was so different from like anything I've ever read. And like basically two serial killers who kill serial killers for a living. That is fun. And it is very detailed, but I think you will really enjoy it. The next book is Triple Duty Bodyguard by Lily Gold. Who needs one man when you can get three? Please don't judge me for this because I really loved this book. I started at like 11 in the night and thinking that I'll just read one chapter and be like, oh, I'm gonna sleep, because I do sleep really early. I was up till 6 in the morning finishing this book because I could not stop. Like I had to literally pry my eyes open like this just to keep reading. It's a reverse harem book, and basically it follows a celebrity Briar who has a stalker following her. So she hires 3 bodyguards, and you get mystery, you get thriller as well because of the stalker element to it, but also romance at the same time. And I was really confused at the start, and I'm like, it is like, I know it is reverse harem, but I feel like I thought that she will end up choosing one of them and be with them forever, but it is like a happily ever after, guaranteed happily ever after. And the smut scenes in this book, so good. This is, I think, one of the best written like smut I have read because it was not gross, it wasn't cringy, it was so well done, and the storyline was so quick to read. It was really nice. And it's also like all of them are grumpy except for 1 or 2 bodyguards. All of them are grumpy. Even the princess, like she is American princess and everything. And next is Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. Trigger warnings. Again, please read trigger warnings. It is friends to lovers, but is also kind of second chance romance. So the girl in the book is dating someone. It's also very traumatic. It's very traumatic. I'm not gonna say a lot about it, but please just read the trigger warnings. And it's also a sports romance. It's a second chance romance, and you see a lot of healing. You see the things she goes through in this book, it was so difficult to get through this book. It was so difficult, but it is very traumatizing. If you like reading books like that, like if you reading books with a lot of trigger warnings, a lot of traumatic trigger warnings, this book is literally perfect for you, and the sweetest romance. Next book we have is Wait for It by Mariana Zapata. If you love slow burn romance, Mariana Zapata is the slow burn queen. This is single mom romance, this is neighbors romance, and also like her kids. They It's her kids coach at school, so you get to see that dynamic. You get to see her. I love how it is not a dual it's not from dual perspectives, but at the end, um there's this line. I love that line. He says that I always knew that you were, you looked like you were mine, but you feel like you were mine too. Slow burn at its peak. If you like slow burn, if you like neighbor romance, if you like single mom romance, there's also age gap, but in the most perfect way. It will, like, you will be on the edge of your seat, willing like, please kiss, please kiss, please kiss, and it is really fun. Next we have is Unravel Me by Becca Mack. It is actually I think the third book in a series, but this was, she usually writes like rom-com, and they do deal with a few sensitive issues, but this one, the way Unravel Me was done was so beautiful. Rosie and Adam, their story, Rosie is actually a single mom as well. Adam is the goalie. He is the most perfect man to ever exist, and he is trying to get back out there by dating, and he has had just horrific dating experience. Same with Rosie, because she's a single mom and she's trying to juggle with it. And then when they meet, they actually meet through their dogs. Like, she works at a clinic, and that's how they meet each other. The cutest meet cute. And there is no third act breakup. You get to see Adam just, doing things for Rosie, getting her to trust him, getting her to just showing it to her that he can take care of both of them. And it was just really good. Compared to the other two books, this was much more like serious, and I really loved it. Next we have is Caught Up. It is part of a series. I don't remember the series name. Windy City series? Yeah, it's by Liz Tomford. This is the third book. This is a single dad nanny romance. Also, the nanny is the guy's boss's daughter, and she is a chef, and she's going through, Miller is a chef, and she's going through a kind of a phase where she has no inspiration. She feels really pressurized. So the dad comes in, and he's like, this is also a sports romance. He's like, I need a nanny for this player in my this player, and you need to do that. And they start he wait brain freeze. I'm tired of talking so much. So if you like single dad romance, single dad nanny romance, workplace romance, and it is slow burn as well, and the kid is the cutest. You'll actually see the kid and the nanny having like an actual bond, and that's how Kai falls in love with Miller. So you get to see that, and you get to see him literally renovating his entire kitchen so she can practice. Who does that? No one does that. Next we have is In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. I actually read this like in Jan, I think, and it is a small town romance. It's childhood friends to strangers to lovers, and he has always been in love with her, but she did not like reciprocate. She actually didn't know, but she comes back after a while to the small town, and they are actually neighbors. It's fake marriage, like marriage for convenience, because she needs the farm, and the stipulation is that if she has to get married to get the farm, her like step grandma left her, so he offers to do it for her because he's like, I will also have benefits from this, and he's also a lawyer. And it's slow burn, it's grumpy sunshine, it's just him being in love with her the entire time. It was the cutest. There's no third act breakup in this, at least that's what I remember. It was fun. Now for the top three. God, I'm tired. Top three books. I don't know how I'm gonna talk about it, but let's go. Happy Place by Emily Henry. The female character in this book, the FMC, Harriet Kilpatrick, she is my fictional mom. This is a second chance romance, found family trope. It's also like a summer read. It's a quick read, but don't think that you're gonna have fun, because you are not. You're gonna cry your heart out. I think I obviously loved the romance in this book, loved the guy in this book, but the more than that, I loved the female friendship in this book, because there's this whole quote about her talking about how her friends have taught her so many things, and you know how they are like surrogate family, the actual family she needed. And you get to see them deal with a lot of things. You get to see them deal with their friendships, deal with her. It's a second chance romance, obviously. And the guy also, it's I feel like rereading this book. Oh my god, listen to this. From the early mornings curtained in mist to late at night, my subconscious tracks him. Perfect, perfect. Please read Happy Place by Emily Henry. Like, please read it. If you haven't read it, I really hope that you read it next year, because you will love it. It is slow. It doesn't feel like it is actually very like, it's the reality. This book is, I know that at least my life, it's so human, this book. Like, it's not perfect, it's messy and it's complicated, and you do feel annoyed with the decisions she makes, but you get to understand why she's doing it, because it's so human. Like, the decisions in this book, I can't say that this is romance, because it's not, because there are a lot of things that you deal with, but just read it. Now, oh wait, of course, you know what this is about. The Addicted series. I don't own all of the books, because I read them on my Kindle, but found family trope, two addicts, Lily and Lo, my heart, like friends to lovers, found family trope. You get, so basically the entire series follows three sisters, the Calloway sisters, Lily, Rose, and Daisy, and you have all of their books, but the main, I think it started with Lily and Lo, because we have 5 books about them, and then you get Rose and Connor, and you get Daisy and Reich as well. And this book it deals with so many things. I think all I've said is about everything at this point. But Addicted series deals with addictions, so basically they are the royal family in America. You get to see them deal with paparazzi, you get to see them deal with their addictions by loving them. And I want someone to love me the way Lo loves Lily. I know it's a very like long series to like commit to, but I'm telling you, you will not what's the word, regret. Yeah, you will not regret reading this book or committing to this series, because it will take some time, but it deals with really heavy issues, and the way it's been written is so beautiful. And if I'll tell you this thing, Lily and Lo, my heart, Rose and Connor, my brain. I did not like Reich's and Daisy's story a lot. As a series, I would say that this is like a 5-star series for me, but Lily and Lo are my favorite couple in the series. Reich and Daisy, I did not really like their story. It's okay, like it's age gap romance and she's quite young. It's not like, there are some moments where you get to know that he kind of fantasized about her when she was underage, which I did not like about that, but the way it was written is fun. As a series, I really loved it. Like, it's a 5-star series for me, so that's why I'm including it together. They also have another series, like a spin-off series, Their Kids Like Us series, which I'm reading right now. Not that great, but please commit to Addicted series in 2024. I think it should be one of your reading goals to do it. Now let's just keep this here. Now, my babies, I've read these books since the first time I've read them. At least 6 to 7 times. I've listened to the audiobooks. I think about them every day. My Pinterest is full of them. My soul is full of them. You know that dialogue from Gilmore Girls where Lorelai Gilmore is like, I need coffee in an IV. I need these books in an IV. If I could, would tattoo each and every word from this book, from these books on my body. You know what it is about? It's the Magnolia Park series by Jessa Hastings. Look at my tabs. Wait. Look at my tabs if you can see them. I have tabbed each and every single page, and there's so many annotations, and I'm just like, I'm telling you, I'm sitting with my best friend and having dinner, and what I'll do is just stare at her and just literally from my memory just say this one. I just got a notification saying that my memory card is full, so I'm so sorry for that. So like I was saying, the Magnolia Park series, it follows two couples. It follows actually 5 characters: Magnolia, BJ, Christian, Daisy, and Julian. So the first book is about Magnolia and BJ, and it's second chance romance, but it's very imperfect. Imagine Gossip Girl but in London. The entire series is like that. You see gang lords falling in love. You have friends to lovers. You have friends with benefits to lovers. And my man in this is in these books, Julian and Christian. I have dibs on them. I don't care. I own them. I'm gonna marry them. I am already married in my head with them. So it's an interconnected series. So you see Magnolia and BJ in the first book, and then the second book is Daisy Hates Too, where you see the same storyline, but you see like the story from Daisy, Christian's, and Julian's perspective. So basically, Julian and Daisy are siblings. Christian, Magnolia, and BJ are best friends. They belong to the same friend circle, and it has like 4 books. The 5th book is actually coming out in Feb, just after my birthday. The best birthday gift ever. And if you like London social, like elite groups, and if you like reading about fashion, if you like reading about really complex yet imperfect characters, and if you love poetic writing, like if you look, I'm just telling you, like look at how many, like the tabs, look at the tabs on this book. It's so, please read this. Please read Magnolia Park series. I'm gonna get a tattoo from this book very soon. Also the covers, like the new covers are not that great, but the original covers are literally the prettiest covers I own. It's so pretty. That's it. I hope you had a good time. I did not bore you to death, because my throat is really hurting now because of how much I've talked. But I hope that you can add some of these books to your 2024 TBR, and I hope you guys had fun. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you soon.